Hello everyone, welcome to Pepcoding. As in our previous video, we have learned about the string slicing. In this video, we'll be looking some more advanced things that we can perform in slicing. So let's look it out. In the previous video, we have understood that to perform slicing, you need to write the string name and you have to define the two parameters. Parameters are nothing but these are the values that you passed out over here. So over here you define two parameters. The first parameter is for the start index. Is the start index, and the second parameter is the end index. And the second parameter is the end index. You have defined the two parameters. But now we will look for the third parameter that we can pass. The third parameter that we can pass while performing slicing. While performing slicing in string. Now, what is this third parameter and what actually this third parameter does? We'll look at one by one. Suppose I have created a string. This is my string. I'll just write the index. And the negative one. Now, if I need to perform the slicing, I used to pass, let's suppose the start index is 0. The end index is, let's suppose, 4. Now I can pass one more parameter over here, and now I can pass one more parameter over here. That parameter will be nothing but it would be a number which will define the jumps. Now it could be 1, it could be 2, it could be negative value. You can have positive as well as negative value over here. We'll be looking at what actually it is doing. Just a second. So over here you can pass third parameter which will be defining the jumps, or you could say the step size. If it is 1, that means you are moving one by one. If it is 2, then every time you are making a jump of 2. If it is 3, you are making a jump of 3. If it is -1, you are making a jump of -1. So let's write it in a vector. What will be its output? Let's try to understand. 0, at 0 you will have a start pointer. You'll be having a start pointer. At 4 you'll be having an end pointer. Will it be on 4 or on 3? It will be on 3. So your end pointer will be on 3. You have defined a jump. Jump simply means that from start you will take a one step, then from there you will take one more step, then you will take one more step. As soon as you'll end, you'll stop. So once you have taken a one step, you'll print it, the current. You have printed the start one. Again you will take a one step, you'll print the value. Again you will take a one step, you'll print the value. Again you will take a one step, you'll print the value. As soon as you reach to an end, you will stop it. So what will be your output? It's PPC. Now if suppose I change the steps now. Let's suppose I have written str of 0 to 4 and I have performed changes in jump. This is what I have changed it out. Now what will be the output? Now what will be your output? I haven't performed change in the start and end index. The start and the end index is same. But I have changed the jumps. So what will happen? First, the start will get printed. Now it will make a jump of 2. It will skip the first element. It will come directly to the second character. It will again print P. Now again it will perform a jump of 2. As it has crossed the end, it won't print anything and your output will be PP. This is what happens. Now you can conclude this one thing, that your first value will be the start index, the second one will be the end index, and your third one will be the jumps. To make it more clear, let's do some exercise. I think I haven't, okay, there's one more thing that should be taken care, that initially I have told you that the jumps value can be positive, and also its value can be negative. So we have seen for positive values what it does. Let's try to see what it does for negative values. What it does for negative value. So if I have written str of, and I'll write the start index is -1, the end index is -8, and the jump is -1. Then what will happen? My start pointer will come to -1. This is my start pointer. This is my start pointer. The end index is -8, so it will come to -8. No, it will come to -9. You have defined the jump of -1. Jump of -1 means it will start jumping in the opposite direction, that is in the backward direction. If you remember in the last video at the end, I have told you that it is possible to move in the backward direction and we learn it. This is what I mean to say. If you make a jump value negative, it means you are moving in the back direction. By default, when you perform slicing by defining start index and the end index only, let's suppose from 0 to 5, and you doesn't define jump, its default value is +1. You can change this value with -1, with 2, with -2, any positive or negative value. So now what will happen? You are at start, you will make a -1 jump. First, as you are on the start, you will print G. If you are now, as you make a -1 jump, you will print N. As you will make a -1 again jump, you will print I. Similarly, if you want to make a jump of -1, you will make a D, O, C, P, E, P. This is what you will get in output. Now let's solve several exercises. Few exercises will solve to make a grasp on string slicing. Okay. So one by one we'll be looking it out. So the first one is that you have a string, you are performing a slicing from -1 till 5 with a jump of 2. Second one, you have a string, you are making from -7 till 7 by a jump of 2. The third one, you have a string, you are jumping from -1 till 2 with a jump of -1. Now try to find answer by yourself and then look to the solution. I think you have tried it out. Now let's find the right answer. What is your start index? It is -1. So your start pointer comes and sit over here. What is 5? Where 5 exists? 5 is the end. What is the jump value? The jump value is positive. Remember, jump value is positive. Positive means you need to move in forward direction. You have to move to forward direction. But if you will look it out from start in the forward direction and doesn't exist. So what will be your output? Your output will be blank. It won't print anything. No problem. Because your start is at over here, your end is over here, and your positive value is specifying you need to move in a forward direction, but your end exists in the backward direction. So it is not possible to print any answer. Now let's look it out to the second one. Your -1, this is your start pointer. So where is -1? Your start pointer comes to this. This is 7. This is a positive. So 7 will point to end. Jump is positive. That means you need to move in forward direction by +2. And will it be possible to move in the forward direction and to meet up with end? Yes, it is. So now you'll print the start pointer. You'll make by 2 jumps. You'll make a 2 jumps. You'll again print a value. Again, you'll make a 2 jumps and you'll be over -3. You'll be over -c. You'll print I. But you need to understand your E, your end will not point to 7, it will point to 6 only. So after that, you can't make a jump. So your output will be POI. So this is the P. You have make a 2 jump, you fall on the O. Again, you make a +2 jump and you fall on the I. So this will be your output. Now, your start pointer is pointing to -1. Your end will point to 2. Where is 2? This. What is your jump value? What is your jump value? It is -1. When the jump value is negative, it means you need to move in the backward direction. And if you will look it in a backward direction, you can find end over here. So from start, you will be making -1 jump, and you'll print the value. So what will be your output? And remember, your end will not be at 2. It will be at 2 minus 1. That will be, okay, this. And is always, so end will be at 1. So this is where your end will available. Now, what will be the output? The output will be GNIDOCPE. Every time you are making a -1 jump, and from -1 till 2, but 2 was the end index, so you have to perform 2 minus 1, it will result you in 1. So 1 is where your end will point, and just make -1 jump and you'll get the respective output. So I could conclude few things over here. Again, I want to conclude some of the important points that we have learned in this video. First thing is that whenever you perform a slicing, you can have two or three parameters. The third one is optional. The first one will always define the start index. The second parameter will define the end index. And the third parameter will define the jumps. Now, jumps can be negative, or they can be positive. So jumps value, remember this point, jumps can be positive or can be negative. Now, positive basically refers, if jumps is positive refers forward direction. That is, you need to move in forward direction. Negative refers that you need to move in backward direction. So remember these points. What is the difference between a forward direction? When you move to backward direction, if your value is positive, move in forward direction. When your jump is negative, move in backward direction. This is all for this video. We'll be meeting in the next video. Till then, keep watching the string module videos and complete this module.